Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Divide by Sheep. Let's hop into the next puzzle. We're taking further and further to get further into the game. So, we want to lose 8, and then we want to have 3 pigs when we're all said and done. So, I really don't even want to do the math, but if I was to do this, I know I would kill all the pigs. Well, too many pigs. So that's not the solution. So it's got to be to start with something closer to that. But then that's not going to kill the right number. And then we would need another number. And we don't have enough to kill. If we were to do this, this would kill all the pigs. So that's not the right move. And if we were to do this, that would kill too many pigs. So we know the first move to get all 3 stars is not to try and protect this TNT platform. It is instead to either reduce the number of down to 1 or one way reduce the number down to 2. Alright. Now, how can we? I guess the question becomes, how can we kill just 1 pig with 5? One, 2, 3, 4, 5 would leave us with only 1. We probably can't, which probably means that we needed to do this. That's 4 down. And then is there any system here where this makes sense? You could throw that there. And then we can kill 4 when we needed to kill 3. And then there's just no extra numbers. And doing this wouldn't even kill a pig. So that wouldn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Have we even gotten 1 star here? It may just be worth it to get 1 star and move on. You could probably save that. If we were to save this, let's experiment with this. Okay, that leaves 1 sheep at that point. There. 7 minus 4 should kill 3 if we were to go in that direction. do think there might be some logic to this, though. It may just be a case where we need to drop that down to 5, and then how do we do this now? That still wouldn't work. Yeah, so if we did that, and then we did that, and then we did that, we lose our platform and you're still in a very bad position. So let's just figure out how we can possibly get the first star. Okay, we've got that. Well, I guess I accidentally figured it out, didn't I? There's far too many puzzles like this, though, where you just accidentally figure out the solution without really putting logic into it. And that's fine if this was like not a puzzle game, but instead some kind of fast twitch reaction game to subconsciously or by sheer luck succeed. But for an actual puzzle game, I want to feel smart when I'm solving the puzzles, and I definitely don't feel smart solving these puzzles. Or smarter. I don't feel like I'm really inherently learning. Okay, so I suspect the trick here is that we want to have 3 sheep. So either we kill, well, how do we kill 2 pigs? When we have okay, so it's probably something like this. You've got to get like a 5 here, and then do this, and then do that. Now you're down to your 1 pig answer, which almost certainly puts the pig over here, although maybe not. And then we just need 4 more deaths, which can be achieved by this, and then by this, and then by this. We're getting fairly complicated now, involving the sheep and the wolves and the pigs. I could have also solved that puzzle a second way, come to think of it, because there's only a maximum of 3 spots here. I didn't really need to make the pig jump back here and turn the 4 into a 2, the 4 sheep into 3 sheep, because I could have just jumped the 4 sheep that way. Which maybe that highlights how some of the inconsistency around the difficulty of these puzzles is sometimes achieved, in that it may very well just be a case of there being multiple solutions. We want to kill exactly 3 things now. And it seems like you probably have to start with this. But if you do that, you probably want to move this over here first. Okay. Then you can throw that, and that'll kill 2. And so now the question is, can we get exactly 4 on this platform? Yes. So there's our pigs, ready to go. The question is, how do we kill the remaining 9 of these, though? If I had 1 remaining pig, I guess you could jump a pig back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But, yeah. Ah, those were swappers. I didn't even see that. Yep, these 2 are swappers, so anytime these 2 would have moved, it would have killed them all. Yeah. There's probably something to be said about the visual language of all of this. And it looks like we're finally getting the Kraken character introduced, where you have the pig and the wolves and the sheep, and the pig is seeing something in the water, and then the Kraken is just coming up and eating all of them. And so now we have the story taking more of a macabre turn, as it were, in that we are literally just feeding the Kraken. And so this is another one of these tutorial levels where you just have to learn by doing. It wants 3 fed to it, 3 meat. And then the next Kraken shows up and it wants 4 meat. And so effectively the Kraken will accept anything, and I assume any combination of anything, which weirdly may make the game easier. We need 8 meat when we're done, and 1 pig. So my assumption here would be that. But then that's not enough remaining to feed to the Kraken. Let's experiment here and see if things fall in the water get counted. No, they don't. Okay. So then, if I throw this way, it kills 3 pigs. Then that lets us throw that there. And then I think that should work. Some kind of gnarly growling sound from the Kraken when it's being fed. Yeah. So if I was going to make a game like this, exactly the same, but change it to be more kid-friendly, and it was going to be mices and cheese, and it would be called something like Who Cut the Cheese. Not Who Cut the Cheese, but Cut the Cheese, for just younger kid fart humor. What would the Kraken equivalent be? I'm asking myself. I'm trying to think of something off the top of my head. Something that would always eat cheese. I imagine my first instinct would be just a big trash can, and thus mice going in a trash can is not too grotesque or gory or bloody, and cheese going in a trash can would make some sense too. And then the general idea of a trash can is that it accepts everything, so there would be a pretty good logical thought there. Okay, so we want 5 sheep. But we need the 5 sheep out of the way first. Would this kill 4? This would kill 4. And this would kill 4. So, are we possibly just trying to secure this platform? Yeah, but there's no way you're gonna secure the platform that way. Because we need to move this 5 out of the way. Somehow. We don't really want to lock down more than one. So if we throw this 5 here, we should lose 1, but then we lost our platform. And it kind of doesn't matter how many we have in maximum. So we could throw that there and kill 1. And then we could throw that here and kill 4. Or we could even throw that here and kill 4. But I don't know if that's enough meat. Yep. Either way this plays out, there's a problem. I throw these here, and then that kills too many. And it's probably the pigs at that point that get fed. So it's the wolves that need to die, not the sheep. How can we get rid of the wolves? There's kind of no way to get rid of the wolves. Yeah. I think we're just gonna move on. So that leaves us with 5 sheep. So we're kind of safe with 5 sheep being there, but we're not really that safe. Because we would need to get these wolves back. And that screwed up, obviously. Had I gone over here, I would have just fed them. And had I gone here, that would have just fed them. Have we already gotten one solution? Can we just move to the next puzzle? Yeah. I think this is a different puzzle. 2 pigs. So your options are fairly limited here. You have to put either that here or that here to make this platform stay. You throw that and that kills 2. Then I assume that this is the end of what you have to do. Although you could come back this way and then it would be 3 and 3. But if I did go back this way, then I would lose 2 more over here when I came back this way. So, okay. The next step on this would be the experiment on just feeding the kraken. We need to get rid of one wolf, which means we need to have 3. Yeah, feels like wolves here with all 3 of them be fed, so that's not gonna work. Wolves being thrown here is not going to work. Pigs being thrown here, it's not going to work. So you have to get to that spot. If we threw the 3 wolves here, they'd all be fed. Okay. If we threw these 5 here, that would kill everything. If we do these 3 here, that does get down to 2 wolves. But the pigs would have to be gone. Problem now is you lose your platform. And we have like a 1 here. So actually, I think the move is to probably start this way. Then come down here, reduce that. And then bounce back here. And then the assumption here is to probably bounce back this way. So that gives you your 1 sheep. Then, nope, not quite. Do that, you bounce this way, then you bounce this way. There's just no way to drag this down to the right number, is it? Okay. So we can throw this to have 1 and then satisfy the platform, which I think is probably what we need to do. Is that gonna really work? Or do I need to put this here first? This would be 8. 8 minus 2 would be 6, would be the exact right number. Yeah, I think it's this. I'm gonna just hope this is right. Okay, that brings us down to 6. We didn't throw our pigs here. We just then do that. Then this is where it falls apart, because we would need our 1 spot here and we would need these guys, but we would need something more anyways, because you can only get 5 here. So even if I could do this and do that, I then need to be able to move that here. So yeah, I give up on that. Let's see, I think maybe we'd already done 10. I'm kind of jumping around here on these old puzzles. I may have already tried this one too. We need 4 sheep going as quickly as possible. We have 5 here and 4 here. We need 14. 5 plus 4 is 9, plus that is 10, 11, 12, 13, and then 17, 18, 19. So there's room for a lot of loss, but that does limit the number of steps. So if you were writing some kind of mathematical pattern, just brute force trying every pattern, you could say, well, we know mathematically it can't be more than 19 steps, regardless of what you do. My thought would be that you would do something like that, and then possibly, I don't know, if we throw, can't really add one, so imagine that's the right move to get to that. Now we just need 4 to die. So in the process, I suspect what we should probably be doing is trying to build up what's going to happen. There's a couple ways 4 could die. Come to think of it, we would lose 1 jumping here, we'd lose 2, then we'd lose 1 jumping here, and then we would be down to 5, then we'd lose another 1 just landing here, and then another 1 burning up, which should be 3. So my thought is you probably do this. And then that gets you 3 there. But it does create this weird situation where I killed 1 too many, apparently. Yeah, definitely seems like I was just off by 1. Perhaps you save 1 that way, but then that kills 1. Maybe that wasn't the smartest of moves. Then we do this, do this, and do that. Okay. So now we want 4 things to burn up. Which... not sure how to really get to that point. You kind of need this amount because you're going to lose 2 anyways, and so at most you're going to have 3 here. So you probably need this amount too. Let's just try this. Okay. So do we want to swap back and burn another 1? Or do we want to lose 1 and then burn another 1? It does kind of feel like you're going to have to just swap back and forth. But I think it actually is kind of worse than that. Really. I think I just screwed up the setup here. Yeah, and in that attempt 2 away now. It probably is a case that you're never going to really recover these unless you just go that way and do that. Okay. So then that probably is the case that you have to go here and here and do that. now. I imagine this is the case where we are just going to lose lives one way or the other. I could potentially add one here and then I'd lose a life, and then the jump here would lose another life, and then so that should be at 5. The jump here would lose 2 more lives. Let's see if that's correct. And see, that feels like that's exactly correct, and yet we're going to be 1 short. So where am I even losing that extra life? Is it possibly a case where you have to start here throw this here, and throw that there? And I don't think there's a way to fix that to be the right number at that point. It definitely feels like this has to be the first move, or you're just going to lose too much. And then we need 2, so it feels like either you pull it from that spot or you pull it from this spot. Maybe you pull it from this spot. Yeah, you do, don't you? So it's very much a case you have to pick the right spot. This one being isolated makes more sense now. So the move here is just going to come down to getting the right number of deaths before we throw a 3 in that group. This 5 would turn into a 4, which would turn into that. So we almost have to split the 2. So you have a 4 here and a 5 here. I wonder, maybe the swap plays a big role on this. I think we may have this. No, we don't. One more attempt and then we'll end the episode. See, the thought here would be to either swap right now and then add to the smaller number, which I think is the right move. So then you just throw this here, or you jump this here. And it may not really matter. Probably is jump to this here. Okay. So then this is going to be 5. Then you pay in 2. And so that gets to that, and it still doesn't work. Yeah, I give up. Wave the white flag. It's funny, it's a checkerboard flag, but that really doesn't add up to anything. 78 stars out of 90 in Dark World, and we're up to puzzle 22 in Spring World. And yeah, I do wonder though if I won't be really almost completely out of energy by the time we're at the end of World of Ruins. This is mentally draining, perhaps more emotionally draining. Green World was even a little bit difficult, and we got 90 stars, and then it's been much more difficult to get just 79, 78 stars on the other worlds. Although the star system now has fallen apart because it doesn't really mean anything. It is not due to a lack of stars. They didn't get into that fine detail in which you would have needed a specific number of stars to unlock each level. It's just being gated kept by the previous level, and in total you have to solve every single level at least once to 1 star. Whereas, yeah, had it been just a total number of stars to unlock this, or this, or this, and even perhaps the last row of puzzles being extra bonus levels in this world that are assumed to be very hard, you could open up different pathways for players to go. Whereas if I could not beat this level and I could not beat this level, I would be totally stuck. There's just no way around it. And yeah, that's probably not going to happen, but if it does happen, it would really suck. That's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of the videos. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.